High ground. Already Gamers Origin still without a member, but then Albert Lately gets punished.
Hal and Reps need to be careful here.
They're reviving too, they're also reviving.
They see the double res, so they think they have enough opportunity. Albert Lately is back with us.
On me, on me, on me!
Oh, but he's gonna go down!
They get dropped on now. It's all to Reps and Hal. Can they stay alive here? They get some shots, but they don't get the knock. Going for the revive again.
The only way to be able to get up to that high ground is Albert Lately, though. They can't get up to that roof easily here as MVP seems to be denying everybody. Gamers Origin on the backside of the wall, and MVP with all three members alive. They're going to cripple TSM. Can somehow Gamers Origin come around this corner and actually clean up after that point?
And such a mind game here with all three teams, of course, having the opportunity to third party. Who will engage first? Who will have to move first? Is this going to close in 10 seconds?
11, match 11 here underway.
Here we go. $500,000 still yet to be distributed tonight. We are at 11:20 local time. And we are jumping straight in. Over 6 hours of finals so far. It's a marathon for these teams. Only one can win it, and they need to win on a game win. NRG going where you expect them here to the western side of Bunker.
Going with the traditional split whenever they feel comfortable. Ace going to be the one who checks if anybody's on the backside of this thing, and always safe is to make sure your Wraith is the one to risk that positioning, just based on the fact that only one who can comfortably make it out.
Wanted to shout out to the Observer team, not only for that Pathfinder beacon find, but also the fact that you guys have been going just as hard as everyone here at the event.
Even more so, man. They have to take in everyone's perspective at every point in time.
Watching 60 screens in the back every single game, hour after hour. Huge shout out and appreciation to the entire observing team. Also the analysis desk, the command center, Jump and Rain, and of course every single player in these booths, because this has been, as they said, a test of not only their limits, but also every single aspect of this tournament gameplay.
Sentinels looking good here with their Thunderdome drop. Got to be wondering, based off the circle that we got from NRG, it was a little bit of a glimpse. It looks maybe weighted center and a northern half.
Got a glimpse at Retzi rubbing his eyes here.
Got to focus, man.
Has been playing so long today. Keep in mind, Sentinels did come in from the winner's bracket, so they played 4 less matches than those teams that are in here from the loser's bracket. Now Penta, once again, they've been on match point game after game after game. They're looking good in way of armor, and they want to close it out here, but they've also got a lot of company. 10 other teams with them on match point. We talked about it during the break, during that quick dinner break for you and I. There is a physical max to how many matches can be played, in case you're wondering. Now, it's up for debate what day it will be, what hour of the morning that might be, but certainly a max. But it will require quite a few victories and high performances from the lower sides in order to get to that point where we have a true final game. I'm not going to say anything more about that so we don't jinx that opportunity.
21, I'll jinx it, is the maximum capability.
I'm getting thumbs up from every single production person in the room for not continuing the thought.
Rogue here, having better opportunity than I feel like we've seen from them in the past couple of games. They have been, I mean, it's been tragic. And I don't mean that in terms of their play, but just more the circumstances they've been dealt over and over again after having the most lethal losers final coming into this with a double win. One, I think now sample size of 5 who've been able to get that back-to-back victories.
And you also have to think with every single match, as you take a look at the standings here on the right side of the screen, more and more teams will come in and join the top of that table. Kick now, a little bit of shield guarding. It's FlyQuest who's pushing in. They lost Monsoon. Now trying to win a battle up here northwest at Slums. Shots coming out on the path. Broken. Might go ahead and try to push that. Instead going to door guarding. Yes, indeed. Perfect timing there. Going to try to zip up, get up to the roof real quick.
It's a great opportunity there. An understanding to jam the door the second he looks away. Free opportunity for those shots. Focus fire coming in together, but kick here, question if they can get a res. Throw down the Watson trap. Thermite going to deter them. See the door break there, forcing actually Nighties into the second one, but that's going to be Lou dropping here. Zach, the last man for FlyQuest.
See if he can stay alive. FlyQuest once again, the bottom of the table broken. Shield so and a great little pop from the wingman as well. Really close to that, and that will be FlyQuest taken down at the hand of Kick Esports. Kick all the way down to the bottom of the table with only 23 points. A big win for them as they will try to join the top of the group. Checking in with third impact here. They are in 14th with 42 points. A good performance here would put them on match point as well. And MVP is 1 point away from match point. They would join their South Korean counterparts, Wyvern, in the match point status as well, with any sort of performance here. One elimination or any placement, 15th place or higher. Great block those shots there.
Yeah.
Down player.
And this is actually the home
That's
of
how
MVP
you, that's
in
how
the
you can
past.
tell that it's 11:26 p.m. because I thought that those were great shots as the player is not moving at all here. Skull Piercer up.
I think you need to pull a Retzi here real quick.
Might have to give the Retzi eye rub a try.
This is a very common strategy we've seen at this caliber of Apex Legends, though. Anybody who wants to make a wetlands transition towards the center of the map has to deal with whoever owns two spines. Most of the time, that's been MVP, but it seems like, honestly, since they had that one victory, they haven't been as prone to making the transition towards that area.
And look at Navi in trouble. Misfits as well. Lucido here.
Another roster that has had that near kind of tragic result, but not having near as many points there as we saw from Rogue. Still quite outside our threshold for the 50 points. Moose, though, taking some shots, going to be forced to grapple back. Na'Vi looks like they're the ones striking, looking to get a push. Claws throwing out a couple of shots. I don't think we're going to have Misfit standing much longer. Devotion just poking. Double 2 points of pressure. There's going to be one. And there's, I was going to say two.
There we go. Second one does come in. No turbo on that, so it did have to pre-fire to do that much damage. Gets that one knock and also some help for the second. Does Navi.
The fact that Navi's already down a member. Ooh, and look at this. 789. I was talking about last game, it felt like that was one of the few times we checked into them in the early stages, and it looked very good when it came to the loop, but this is, you know, if that was good, this is great. Would be the best way to lay that one out here, but Wyvern not too shabby themselves either.
And it's interesting circumstances here because we're getting updates from the command center that Succubus, we saw Misfits, and also FlyQuest are down. So that's three teams not at the top of the table that are eliminated and wiped here.
One of our top teams here. First to make it into that match point, bringing back Impulse, the most lethal player, at least into the last round in the entirety of the finals.
And that will also mean there's only 6 teams that are not on match point left in the lobby and 11 teams that are. Could this be the one, Dread?
It feels like it. But you know what? I don't really care if it is. I'm enjoying myself. So we'll find out if it continues onward here. A team with a bit more success here over the loot avenue is going to be that of CLG. Taking some shots, no Cocoa Puff, backing out, looking to heal. Interesting choice to go with a syringe there.
I am repairing myself.
Penta just kind of hanging out here. Supply ship actually dropping next to them. We do know 789 was making a rotation towards the northern half of Swamps. They have 1:50. Oh my. As we take a look at that secondary circle, just to the western side of Wetlands. And so did you see the pings on both sides of that wall? That wall is the divide. We've seen this circle before. We've seen this end game before. If you win one half of that, you can choke out the other as long as you can maintain the high ground. I believe it is the eastern side that has the high ground advantage over that of west. I'll be able to clarify that as we do move in through rounds about 4, 5, and 6.
Gambit here getting cozy. See if we can jump some team comms in the mid game here once teams have to make some moves in just a bit to see, first of all, what's on their mind, but also just how they're holding up in the booth as well.
Absolutely here. First, we got to look at Sentinels trying to take this cage fight, though, and that's really Zom's going to get knocked up on top. Retzi forcing already is into the void. He's going to go ahead and get this low ground kick. One of the few teams not with our match point situation here. Only Knightsy's left. He's getting pinched from 2 different angles. Sentinels going to send that one back to the lobby and continue onward here.
We just got an update that there have been 567 kills in the finals so far. 567.
Absolutely ridiculous.
On that topic, we'll also take a moment to check in with the Apex Predator totals. Looks like still 9 Impulse, Imperial House, Selly, and Claws. Right around the same score in the 20s trying to fight for that title. Once again, $8,000 cash prize for that, but these teams are not thinking about that. They are focused on taking this tournament.
Wyvern, they're struggling with their initiation into VP at first. It's going to lead into a knock into one, but it's actually 2 versus 2 there. The grapple comes out. That's going to be PJ trying to take that. That's a longbow from the hip. It's 2 of them there to get that knock, but not. It's a 1 versus 1. Going to eat a full Peacekeeper, and Wyvern live on.
More unfortunate circumstances from Virtus Pro. Looking at where they left, they were on 47 points. Did not get a look at how many kills any of them played, but because they exited at 16th, I believe, unless it was 15th, it would be either 0 or 1 placement points.
We're going to check in here with the comms of Sentinels as they track down what looks like Wyvern.
Yeah.
After that
Don't let him res. Don't let him res.
Walk in, study key.
Behind the rock, behind the rock. On me. Falling.
There's some. Nice.
Fighting compound. Can take that or no?
I need sniper stack.
Bursting it. I'm grabbing the loot. Okay. We have zone on beacon, like over here.
We should go here.
Alright, let's play that down.
Or we can just grab.
We still have zone on our hill. They're fighting in that building.
Let's go this way.
I need sniper
Are
stack.
they?
It's Navi G2. You want to just walk up, try and get a pick. Don't even push.
Oh, we have zone.
I think he
here.
poured it. I think he poured it in the sewer. He just poured it out. Alright, what do you want to play?
G2 now only have 1 member left alive here. It's cool to be able to hear some of the glance of Sentinel. A bit pressured there when it came to the comms. Na'Vi being one of those teams who was pressured. Low HP here. Nice open there. That's going to be G2 Mimu down. I believe 1 person left as Na'Vi's looking to break and enter here into their territory.
Great.
And that's G2, I think, out here, no longer with us.
It's a great push there from Na'Vi, and of course they're also going to see that.
I don't know who was that final kill. You heard the noise come through, but it's not G2. Still hold their own here. 0-0. With basically 0 and nothing, at least when it comes to the HP bars.
Staying alive here needs to be very careful. A chance that his opponents might have also heard that heal. Looks like that is not the case just yet, as he may have gotten away and will try to fight through this. Penta still here as well.
All right, so I want to highlight again that kind of area here as we see the circle in the wetlands. Also, it should be noted that 2 Spines is going to have a massive advantage, whoever remained up on top of that. I forgot who he glanced at there earlier. Sentinels making their rotation back, maybe going to put focus into that as Gambit trying to stop the retreat there. But basically, find a way to be able to control 1/2 of those walls. And you're going to find yourself an upper hand. And again, that's 2 Spines is going to be very concerning. Here's Wyvern recovering from the battle they had once before. Make their way into round number 3.
That respawn timeout on Caron Pay, but we've seen some amazing individual plays out of the Wyvern side. Not crazy to think that they could try to make a run at the late game. And that's what they're going to need to try to do here. Cannot say enough about the resilience and the, wherewithal just for these players to continue playing at this level after this many hours of play.
Soar with the devotion. Look at that ammo count. 400 in the energy economy.
Let that thing rip.
Yeah, and it's going to. It's got about everything you could hope for except for a stock that it could be 1 tier better. So things looking good there on the devotion front for Soar, but one of the teams that are still, though they are in our top 13 in this game, they are not past that 50-point threshold.
Look at this spot here also for Gamers Origin, way up top.
Going to be very good towards that wall. And again, you saw them zoning off towards wetlands. And honestly, I feel like, I don't want to say that they're so far ahead that it's their game to lose, but right now, armor-wise, positionally speaking, over the next circle, everything here for Gamers Origin is prime tier for this game to possibly walk away with it. Again, they are in that match point zone.
Very different story for 0-0, who has to rely on the foliage to keep him alive for the rest of this game, as he'll have to fight solo. Checking in with the Na'Vi squad as they continue to move around this northwestern part of the ever-closing ring.
Oh my. So you see it breaks down to where 2 Spines is no longer, I believe, going to be available for that next circle. Gamers Origin will have to make a decision to get down from that. And when they do, they need to move through such a tight section that I feel like it's going to force them to use the Wraith Portal. You could say, well, Dread, they can go elsewhere. Well, I'd like to highlight all the shots going around Gambit, which would be in that rotation here as we see TSM trying to find their way upward. They could use the staircase here for some defensive capabilities, especially if Reps wants to drop that generator, but Gambit maybe not not going to let them here as they're quick on their heels.
Making the move. You hear shots coming through. But right now going to also just push straight up. Portal up as well. Potentially get them right inside and under, but instead going to push all the way into wetlands.
This is bold. What is he going to find when he gets on the backside of that?
Bold indeed. Did not have a ton of information about what could be on the opposite side of that wetlands wall, but it looks like that portal will be placed.
Not pressured, at least quite yet. Notice how this portal actually exists on both sides of the circle, trying to figure out which side of it is going to be more forgiving than maybe the other. No armor available for 2 of the targets. Actually, Wyvern getting pressured.
Now going to have to try to stay alive is Selly. And this could be tough for the Wyvern side. Popping a Phoenix kit, but back on board with Sentinels. We'll get that revive. And Na'Vi still in the air. Shield's broken.
That's a
now gonna
massive
push in as well. Grapples right up and challenges there. Good shots there with that 99.
Oh.
But look at that in the corner. Soar pushing back. That's going to be a trade.
That was a really good shot trade there, but Na'Vi actually losing themselves. Impulse Clause is the last member standing for Na'Vi. The devotion remain committed, but it's not enough. Moffers going to go ahead and bring up RPR here, and things look good for Soar.
Double revive coming in for them. Soar is a team that's on 39 points, as if you needed more teams to add to the list of what we're tracking here of teams that could be on match point next game. Checking in the Gamer's Origin, and they are still up top.
I was incorrect. I thought 2 spawns was far enough out here, but no. Still grand positioning here for Gamer's Origin. Rogue, though, down 1. Look at them.
Huskers and dropped both on white armor. You got to think Sentinels, it took them quite a while to get into our match point territory, but now that they're here, are they going to capitalize? Can they ride the momentum of the performance we just saw? They won that game number 10, and is that all they needed now to close out the tournament?
Gamma Gaming, meanwhile, only 2 rounds ago, managed to make it to match point, and they had a pretty early exit in our last game. Have to be thankful that they feel like they have a second shot at that champion banner here. Look at Sentinels, though, getting very aggressive here towards this top section. They want to make sure they win this and they make the rotation out. 1 minute and 13, so that's going to happen. Good opener there. Swaps over to the P2020. Not going to connect.
See if they drop down here. Senox does get knocked. Playing against the door. Reti and Zombs need to work together here. They can't afford to go down. Too many teams on match points still left in the game.
Yeah, they have an opportunity to shoot through those little cracks if they would like to. They're very concerned about whoever's on the lower section of this, but I can't but feel like if they do that, they're going to risk their positioning elsewhere, so much so that it's probably not going to be worth here. Soar, one of the few teams looking at Sentinels there.
RPR just exchanging wingman shots, spamming into that high ground, making sure no one pokes. Now over to Selly, talking with teammates about what do we do here. I'm on white armor, I'm a solo, and there's 12 squads left. They'll have some time to strategize, decide how they can sneak through, but it's not going to be easy. Third impact also set up. Zombs and Retzi still working together on this rooftop, wondering how and when they want to go into wetlands. They're going to have to get that zip ready.
Oh my. I want to talk about how and when. It's our Bush friend here, 0-0, still with a bit of a dream though. Has to make his way into the circle. Circle is closing. Everybody's going to be forced here together as we got 11 squads, but it's not going to be all 11 when this thing collapses. Portal taken now for RPR, taking a glance at a different angle as we lose Sentinels from this round.
And in about 10 seconds, things are going to start to get really thin. And TSM still fighting here from low ground to wetlands.
Abralele, the only with purple armor. He might want to look for a zip up at the... Oh, not up to the dish, just out of the zone here. Thermite prepping MVP to be shieldless, but it looks like they have enough to be able to shield up. 10 squads now left remaining. They find themselves 1.
Let's see if MB can do it. Just Raz and Mondo left. Peeking a bit. Has to pop the cell. It's only Raz left now. Look at this. Hal goes down.
Abralele's alive though. Reb's doing his best there with the flatline. Swaps over to the 301. Keep in mind he's got 25-31 in total when it comes to the ammunition. Ends up taking the zip, now putting him out of position. Questioning, is Imperial Hal going to get res? It seems like Abralele turns back for that. Alka from the high ground, the ones threatening him.
And look at MVP, they're back in it. All 3 players back up.
Third impact, the one sitting inside this house. questioning if they can move up, maybe deal with MVP in the positioning that they have.
0-0. Has moved a bit, as you see, he's relocated. No longer in the wooded area, but now shots coming on Huskers. Only player alive for Rogue, and he is in a tough spot. He will go down. Rogue will be out. 8 squads left.
MVP, though they are here, looking good, posturing up very, very well. They're again not at match point, have no opportunity to become a champion here quite yet. Success in this game is likely enough to put them above that, but TSM, a team who is in that position, Armor looking good, defending this low ground. You can tell that they knew this circle was going to be here, and they were prepped and ready to deal with this endgame. TSM looks like they're ready to win this preseason invitational, but who can deny them? Gamer Origin also looking good if they can make a transition in.
Let's see exactly what I wasn't sure if those Arc Stars might have gone down to that position that TSM does have.
Gambit as well.
Desperately trying to stay alive here, and it's not looking good for them. Can Artico stay alive on the Wasanel? No. Gambit will go down as well. Think of 3 squads left here.
Yeah, but TSM is one of the ones alive, and they are almost at the win condition. They got to find the other 2 targets to be able to rid of them. Reps will be able to heal up. They do have that low ground, and the movement has to happen in 1:17. You see MVP now trying to take this fight. That's going to be an opportunity for TSM, the third party here. We'll question whether or not they do that, is both sitting above both that of TSM.
MVP not on match point here. TSM, of course, on match point. We've known that for a long time. We'll find out exactly who this third squad is as well. Still should be G2, I believe.
It's Gamers Origin. So we do have 2 teams who have an opportunity to be able to win this. TSM and Gamers Origin. Who will walk away with the victory here, or does MVP push us into game number 12?
Huddled up. Look at that. MP goes down. MVP making the push. Ross has to queue out.
This is an opportunity for TSM.
Let's see here. Now TSM might push in. They get 1 break. They have to pull back. They go down to the low ground again. Going to have to re-shield back up. They pop a bat.
Top of the garage.
We see Abralele push to that high ground. Already Gamers Origin still without a member. But then Abralele gets punished.
Hal and Reps
Watch.
need to be careful here.
They're reviving too. They're also reviving.
They see the double res, so they think they have enough opportunity. Abralele is back with us.
On me.
Oh, but he's going to go down.
They get dropped on now. It's all to Reps and Hal. Can they stay alive here? They get some shots, but they don't get the knock. Going for the revive again.
The only way to be able to get up to that high ground is Abralele, though. They can't get up to that roof easily here as MVP seems to be denying everybody. Gamers Origin on the backside of the wall, and MVP with all 3 members alive. They are going to cripple TSM. Can somehow Gamers Origin come around this corner and actually clean up after that point?
And such a mind game here with all 3 teams, of course, having the opportunity to third party. Who will engage first? Who will have to move first? This is going to close in 10 seconds.
Gamers Origin or TSM? Who will be your champions? Portal out here for TSM. 5 seconds and counting. Bravo. Let's do this.
Here we go. This could be it. 2 teams on match point here. MVP pushing in. Can they get this first knock? Doesn't come in. Ross has to stay alive. Very low HP for the Wraith.
Very early iframe, so that's going to be a big setback there, but MVP is not the one we're worried about. Is they're just a setback here for TSM. Who is going to do it? TSM are your champions.
It took them a while to get to match point, but in the end, they win back-to-back Apex Legends tournaments. Your X Games winners and your winners of the Apex Legends Preseason Invitational.